Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at the Transformers universe. I think '06. Well, Transformers universe Hardhead. Um, he is a redeco of the Transformers universe um, Onslaught. So here he is. Ooh, just forgot something. Wait. No, I didn't. So, here he is, and he is a armored SWAT van, or more of a truck than a van. He is an ultra class toy, so that'd be like a liter, like a equivalent to like a liter, I think, liter scale ish, I think. Um, so yeah, he has like rivets, like the windows, these guns. I'll take the shield off really quick. He has guns, like a searchlight, a siren, doors, like a hatch for either like convicts or like to deploy like other men. I don't know. Big pinned wheels. So yeah, basically, um, he's basically what animated Bulkhead was gonna be or was, but he's more realistic, I guess you could say. So, uh, for the shield, there's this little tab, and there's a little slot in there, and that's how it just connects on like that. It just lays on there, basically. So, like the leaders around his time and leaders before him, they or other just bigger toys close to his size, they had some gimmicks. So this guy has technically two gimmicks, but I'm gonna count three. Whatever, more like two gimmicks. So you see that all the wheels are pinned except for this one. Even this side, all the wheels are pinned. So this wheel is connected to a little like crank, and it's going to activate a motor or something inside of him, and it will activate lights and sounds. So I don't know if it does any lights, but I know it does at least sound. So it's like him like crashing through something, or I don't know. That's the best thing that I can think of, like him like crashing through a barrier or a wall or something. But so yeah. Um so yeah, and he obviously rolls just fine. Can't really roll back because of it. But and now the turret obviously can swivel and spin and all that. But there's this button here, and you can hold that down as long as you want. And then for his siren, and obviously you saw that illuminate, and then there's another one shooting, and it illuminates these two strips, and obviously you can hold that down as much as you want to as well. So the shield incorporates to that button. So there's this little piece with with this little triangle, and it moves. And when you tab that in, it raises it up the tiniest little bit, so you can still activate and use it from with the shield on. So yeah, so we're just going to take the shield off. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get into robot mode. But this is a toy that I've really wanted for a really long time, and I guess these you can, I don't know, move those down if you want to. I think they're more for robot mode, I think. But this is a toy that I have wanted for a very long time. He does not have the upgrade kit on him. He is just stock. This was the first thing that I got at BotCon this year. And so yeah. He has a pretty cool, pretty fun alt mode. Basically, like animated bulkheads. Alt mode, just more realistic and like nowadays. So So let's just get into his transformation. So what you're going to do first is you're going to come up to this panel and you're going to flip it out on both sides. Flip it out. I'm going to raise the camera up just a little bit because basically all the stuff back here, or at least the two sides, will become his legs. So there's going to be a lot of like flipping and stuff. So now you're going to come back here to these pieces, these panels, and these are going to come out. So now we're going to come down and really disconnect all this stuff. And there is a little tab inside of there. You could probably see, maybe there's a little tab right there, and there's a slot right there that'll go into that slot, into that tab. And I'll just bring all this down and I'll talk about like these two black pieces when we get it all folded down. And don't forget to tab this door or this flap in, because you can't just push it in. You can, but it probably stresses the plastic because there are these tabs here. So don't forget to flip that down before you close up the legs. And I've done that many times. So talking about that, we're just gonna fold that up. So now, since all that's disconnected, we can straighten out the leg. Now you can see this a bit better. So what I like to do, there's a slot in this black piece. You might be able to see it, one of those two slots, and there's a tab. It will go into the tab, and what I like to do is then, when this black piece is on the tab, I like to then plug this into those two little holes. So then that secures it all together. I don't know if that's necessary, just that's what I do. And I don't know if it's proper, but I do it. So, but you don't want to have that tabbed in for right now. So we're just gonna bring that down, and I'll just bring that, swing that leg out of the way. So for the leg, you have the panel side with the wheels. So you're going to swing this in, and it'll sound a little bad when you're bringing it out. It does that, but it's completely okay. So now you want to bring this in and close that up in those two holes. So that will completely secure all that together. So now you're going to take this little panel and flip it in like so. And now you're going to close that up. Sometimes that's not the sturdiest connection, so sometimes just like moving him by the foot will undo it and stuff, and it just comes undone a little bit when you're just like playing with him, but it's not that big a deal. So maybe if you could like thicken that up with like super glue or something, I don't know, just really it's fine on mine, but just wanted to talk about it. So same thing, just swing that out of the way, close that up, close that again, and then bring that down, and then flip up the panel. See, not the sturdiest connection, but I can live with it. It's not too bad. So now we have his legs done, and we're going to raise this up a little bit more. So now we're going to deal with the arms. So we're going to come back here just so you can see a little bit. I'm going to raise it up a tiny bit more. There. So this will split like so, and these little gray pieces will slide in there. They basically align themselves, but so I'm just going to straighten out the arms a tiny bit, and we're just going to bring them down like so. So I like to swivel this arm because it has that gun on, and I like to leave this one straight, like this. So now I'm going to lower this back down so you can see. So now this will all just come down. You don't really need to see like this piece, just it collapses down, nothing happens. And this top door, you could use that for his vehicle mode as like a door, put like a minifigure in there if you have one like a G.I. Joe. Or if you don't like that look, you can just flip it down. I just like to leave it like somewhat like that, so like tilted back. So now this piece, since this is down, this will just there, like that. So now you flip up the shoulder pieces, and I just like to shift them forward like that. Well, there. So now I like to flip down this fist and like that. And then I like to flip this fist out just like that and leave it. So now this side can have the gun facing down and he gets an elbow. And obviously he has a wrist swivel. On this side, he has one of those inward elbows, and obviously, if you don't want to, you can do that. But the reason why I like to do this is that he can now have his shield. He has the shield now. So, yeah, not too difficult transformation. Very fun transformation. He's kind of weird to standing because he's technically facing down like this, like down, like at like the bottom of the desk, not really forward, because like the ratchets and like the arms, they can't really be perfect in line because they're ratchets, but it's fine. So I guess you could do whatever you want with these. And I think his fists are 5mm port. I don't have a gun next to me to show you, but I bet they are. But, so to show off the shield, and to be honest, the shield was one of the coolest things that I actually really, like, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted this toy, was that the shield looks so awesome. It has a Decepticon symbol with it marked out, and like a kill count or a day count, something. So, you see those two little more deeper indentations in the mold? That is for this piece, so you won't really be able to see it, but there are two teeny weeny little tabs that you'll see, and it will fit right on it. It will fit right in, and then that little tab before will just sit right into his forearm. So yeah, now he has a shield, and obviously he can deflect stuff. I would have liked to have the option for him to hold it, and not just mount it to his arm, but mounting it to his arm is still really cool. And obviously you get the flip-out gun from the bottom, which could be counted as a gimmick. So yeah, I really, really like this guy. Like the clever but like fun and simple transformation. I like the aesthetic of him, even though he's basically a remold. Like, they didn't even change very much for the head or the face. Literally, all they did was change his colors and rename him, and obviously. But I really, really like him. I got this guy for $50 sealed, and if he wasn't a toy that I really, really wanted, he probably would have stayed in the box. But on eBay, I know that a couple of years ago, he used to go for like 50 without his shield, and like stock, like not sealed with his shield, without his shield. So I don't know, I definitely got a deal on him. And I had, obviously bought him at BotCon, so I have a memory attached to him. So I don't know how, like, about you finding him, or how much he costs, but all I know is that he, and if you like the Onslaught deco, because he has like SWAT written on his vehicle mode and stuff, and he looks a bit more like a SWAT vehicle, not just like a green SWAT vehicle. Either way, the version of this mold, stunning, really like it. Me personally, I like the Hardhead mold, or the Hardhead version of the mold. So either way, whatever version of the toy or mold, definitely buy it if it's cheap, if it's, even if you're just willing to spend a couple, like $50, $50, $60, just get it. It's worth every bit of it because it's a good toy. You can tell that this is where the priorities were back in 2006, 2008, to have a big toy like this, is just to be fun. Like, he doesn't have he's supposed to be like that, but obviously I like to hold it have his arm like that. Just, he's meant to be a toy. He will never compete with like Leader Laser Rod Optimus Prime from Legacy. because the priorities are different. This guy, he was meant to be a big, fun, chunky toy. Prime, he's meant to be a toy, but yet also be a figure to appeal to collectors as well. So, but this guy, this toy, or Onslaught, or whatever case may be, is just an epitome and gives off the fact that he is meant to be a toy. And I really, really like that. He's a fun toy, and that's it. He's not a good figure. He's a great toy, though. So that's really all I gotta say about him, is that he is just fun all around. I love his aesthetic in both modes. I love his transformation. It's clever, smooth, fun, and simple. Simple but complex at the same time. If I could say that right. Just he's all around a good toy. Um, and I highly suggest getting him, whether it's Onslaught or Hardhead. Just either way, get him, because he's just a fun toy, and he gives off a presence for how big he is. So yeah, that's all that I can think of. So, till next time, see ya.